how you doing? My name is Taman. I'll be your divination reader for the month of October 2022. This is your Eagle Divine Masculine reading. Um, these readings are good for husbands, i.e., people in relationships or looking to go in a relationship to give you insights. I've been divining for over 20. I've been divining for over 10 years, along with traveling other schools of thought, including Tantra, to bring a wealth of knowledge to your reading. My goal is to help people who are suffering from relationship issues learn how to create healthy, intimate connections so that their relationship can grow authentically to the next level for years. So let's get into it for your equal archetype. So the proverb for you is clean road free of blame. That means that if you didn't do it, don't admit to something that you did not do. Okay? Um, the overall theme for your reading is coming in blessings. Blessings come in the world, but it's not guaranteed. So that means you have to do some work, especially in the department of allowing uh, different changes of money. Like for your reading, it may need to require you to learn some more about how money works, learn how the energy of currency works, also some changes in your money situation, some changes maybe of how you show up in the world, your reputation. Also, y'all deals with marketplace. So some type of marketplace business opportunity may come your way where you can have an opportunity to gain some contracts or money, especially in groups, like when people come together. Also, maybe some like your reputation precedes you in a good way, so that they know, like, and trust you because they've heard of you before, and so you can get income coming from that from the world. So let's get into that. But before we do, let's go ahead and get some words from our sponsors, shall we? Okay, we are back. We are back. And again, we want to thank you for coming and visiting us, Coupling and Cowry, for the October 2022 executive slash eagle reading. Okay. So for you, like I said, it's coming blessings coming from the world, but it's not guaranteed. That means you have to put in some work. Okay. So uh it could mean the difference of not eating versus eating, but we also want to have like the Ruth's Chris experience, right? The 5-star experience. We don't want to go for the value meal. We want the best. So let's get into it and see how that can work for you. So my style is very simple. I like to figure out which Odu is speaking the strongest. I go to that Odu and I go line for line. If I throw and it pertains to you, then I tell you. If not, then you'll just continue to see me throw. Okay? So, first up, if you're ill, put yourself under the care of a doctor because what can seem small can get really big. Good thing. Yes. So, you're going to have relationships with 3 people who are going to be interested in you and your endeavors: a white person, one with gray hair, and another. Okay. Someone's going to bring you a good saying about your reputation, how it precedes you. And then somebody may give you like some advice, like some health advice. Okay. So this person has someone in their family that's kind of jealous of what you got, some jealousy in the family. They may not wish you the well, or, make sure that you don't get along well with somebody you get along with. Odie says, don't pay attention to them. They don't have any power whatsoever, just to power to frustrate you. Okay? Don't pay any attention to them. because they're only there to try to frustrate you. Don't eat or drink in the house of anyone at this time. Have the gift of seeing the enemies in the sleep. So if you're getting enough sleep, you're going to definitely have some psychic abilities. Odie talks about what her hole was first dug. So when Odie speaks in this particular way, he's saying these things that you develop in the next, could have been a little bit about your past, right? What's going on with you right now in 14 days into the future, a month max. But the habits and the things that you develop at this time are going to be very long lasting and be very broad. What do I mean by that? I mean, like these things you may be doing 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now. You may pass it along to your children. Your children's children may do it. Does that make sense? So when Odie says, it gives everything big and it's long and wide, this is what it's talking about. So again, things that come now could be around for a while. So I'm very excited to hear about that. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Is these helpful or these not helpful? Would you like to see more of one thing and less of the other? I'm open. Oh, he also talks of sickness, fright, death, and gossip. So make sure that we are keeping our thoughts pure, our actions pure. We're not telling lies. We're maintaining our integrity. We're doing what we say we're going to do, not only to ourselves, but to others. Okay? But he gives everything big. Okay. Also, don't be vicious and snobbish when all of these good blessings come. He talks about somebody who's vicious, changes their attitudes and customs. Don't let the good times change you. Okay? Drinking alcohol right now is not a good idea. It's a very maternal or paternal for a guy. Likes adoption, cradles people, mentorship, things of that nature could also be in your space. Also, again, pompous and arrogant. But it does speak of great wealth and material independence. So, like I said, these readings are good for 14 days. They cover a little bit about your past, what's going on with you right now, and 14 days into the future. Again, affairs are 3 affairs with people that will turn out very well. I've already gave you some clues earlier. A white person, one with gray hair, and another. Okay. And that is it for OD. Then we have Obara, right? King does not lie. That doesn't pertain to you. Wear white. You should wear white as much as possible. You should think of the things that your mate tells you. Don't abuse your mate. They could bring you a lot of luck, right? So don't abuse your loved one, okay? Don't argue with people, especially those with gray hair. So, you also sometimes daydream. You daydream of far places. Sometimes at times you may have felt like your luck was not there. And you you're ready for the next level. And I'm telling you, it's coming. Just as long as you allow change, and allow for things to come into your space. Because Oya is speaking a lot here too, especially in the way out and the way to get the best bang out of your buck. And she deals with change. So if you're allowing change could be a good thing. Change could also, she also deals with, things that come in small, and so far as like the doctor is concerned, and then becoming big, just like how Odie is. But with her, I'm not saying that this is a general reading, but with her, it could be like, okay, if you just address this issue, then it would calm down and so many other things could open up because you would see more because you're not in pain. Does that make sense? Like, for example, you have someone who gets chronic headaches, right? And so instead of just, just addressing the issue, they just grin and bear it. And now it's gotten to the point where like it takes them out. Like right when they get off work, they got to go to sleep, or now they're, waking up to throw up to go and go back to sleep to try to sleep off the headache. When you could just find a way to address the issue by going to someone who can help you, and then the headaches are gone, and now life is more enjoyable. Does that make sense? So the rigid part was, I don't want any help. I don't need any help from anybody. I don't want to trust doctors. I don't want to trust naturopaths. I don't want to trust, Reiki or acupuncture. I don't want to trust any type of anything. Versus, okay, now I'm going to trust it, and it worked, and it made my life better because I was willing to change my thought pattern on that. Does that make sense? Okay, still talking. Again, disagreements with elders because of opposite ideas. You said your brother and sister, they may not seem true to you right now, even though it doesn't seem like that. They're not really true to you right now. And that could be because they have their own stuff going on. Okay, this speaks of, okay, so I had to check. Okay, so this speaks of 3 people who you may not know about, who are beneficial to you. Like you didn't think that they were in your corner, but they were. And so you have 3 of those people. One of them may invite you to like a function. You need to make sure you do your ebos or your offerings or your recommendations before you go, so everything will turn out well. Okay. Okay, so that's Shango. So we just did Shango. And then now the last one is Oya. Like I said, she deals with change. She deals with marketplace. That means a whole bunch of businesses coming together, like expos or flea markets, indoor flea markets, um, festivals, things like that. Okay. Don't let anyone sleep in your house. Could bring you setbacks. It talks about being clear. You need to clean yourself off spiritually. So you need to go to your spiritual professional and ask for like a head cleaning or some type of auric type cleansing. You may need to have a Reiki session to where you need to clean off your aura, because it says, things when spirits see you, they rush at you. Okay, so there's some type of something that is attracting them. So I asked, do they need a head cleaning? And they say, oh, or do they need to get cleaned off? Like, you have a little bit too much going on. And they said, yes. So if you do not have a spiritual professional and you can't get to that person, but you're feeling what I'm saying, you want something to do now, what you can do is get some coffee, black coffee, that's cold, and make sure you take a bath with the coffee. You can take actually a bath, or you can take a shower, and after you wash, you just pour the coffee over your head, let it drip everywhere else, and then rinse off. And that's a coffee thing too. Just make sure it's black, and make sure it's no older than 24 hours old. Okay. Change is definitely in your space right now, ego. So what does that mean? That means embrace the change. I just said earlier, allow it to happen. Also, you should set up an ancestor altar if you do not have one. And I remember I said earlier, like if you're getting sick, because I said this was in Oya, what can be small can end up bigger. It just came down. So yes, If you have like some, just like how it said in the other one, if you have some health issues, please make sure to address it, because what can happen to be small now can turn out to be bigger. Okay. Do not dress in colors or put color sheets on your bed. What does that mean? It means like, okay, so you have colored sheets, like these are two different colors. But what it's saying is that you should do things in monochrome, like all one color. Like if you're going to dress, dress all white, dress all black. Okay. Be careful of colds. Make sure you're taking care of your body. Extra vitamin C would help you at this time. Look for in your house. If you have a knife or a cloth with checks on it, use it forever. This is talking about geopathic stress. So when I see this, geographic stress can come from things like our electronics, because our world is full of electronics and screens. So the energy that it gives off, us being around that for too long, is not good for our body, our auric field. Things like electricities in the lines, in the wires, and in the walls also affect how we deal with stress, because it affects our auric field. We may get depressed, we may get agitated easier, we may get sick. There have been studies known, such as, his name is, I forgot his first name, but it's Dr. Hartman. And he was a German scientist who studied over 8,000 cancer patients. And he noticed that over 30% of those 8,000 people, the cancer could have been less or not have been if they had not slept over detrimental energy. What is a detrimental energy? I just said, like these electricity lines, all of these electronics that we have, they're good and useful, but not to sleep on and not to rest on. And these also other energy grids are not helpful for us to even work on. So if we just move things like 6 inches, it can make a world of difference in your health by 30%, as based on this Dr. Hartman, which is called the Hartman grid. Okay, so for you, well, you need to put knife or a check on the window, towards the front door, back door, on the back door. If you don't have a back door, the bathroom, if it doesn't have a window in the bathroom, okay, so the back door, what did I say? The bathroom, window. Just rewind it. I don't remember what I said. Just rewind the video. But that's what it says, okay? And that's for geopathic stress. Okay, so it talks about you being easily agitated and you want to fight, but fighting is not in your best effort right now. Be careful of what you drink. Be careful of what you eat. You're very easily frustrated. You need to learn how to find ways to de-stress. Or no. It's not find ways to de-stress. You need to control the detrimental energy in your space, because that too leads to frustration. Because if you could imagine somebody always constantly doing this, and you can ignore it for a while, but then you're like, can you please like be quiet or knock that off? But that's what's happening with the energy when it's doing that, and it's pulsing against your auric field. Is it can agitate not only just the body, but also the mind and the emotions as well. I hope that helps. If you like what I'm saying, give me a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe. Give me some feedback. If you want to ask some questions or maybe get your own personal reading, you can definitely hook me up. I will be of service to you. My readings are typically either 30 minutes or an hour, and they cover a little bit about your past, what's going on with you right now, and 15 days into the future. Okay, she's still talking, but it's not here. I felt like it wasn't here. She said, your best friend is your worst enemy. You are your best friend. And I have to say that twice because sometimes people don't hear me. He said, your best friend is your worst enemy. You are your best friend. Okay, so it's all about you. So the elbow that you need to have today is strengthening the fire part archetype of you. So that would be for this, it'd be Shango, but the fire elemental. Okay, so you need to get an axe and also put it to where there would be fire at. So that could be the kitchen because you're cooking with fire. If you have a fireplace, you could put it there. It could be any size, big or small. The point is that you get something symbolic to strengthen that fire part of you, because as fire, we know it can either burn down a house or it can cook your food. Okay, so let me show you. Oh, let's recap. Free of blame, clean road. If you didn't do it, don't admit to anything. Talking about being very frustrated, easily frustrated, wants to take fights, but yes, sis, don't fight. Be careful of your health. So what can seem small can turn into bigger. So if you need to go to the doctors, please do that. OD talks about where the hole was first dug. So these things that you're about to do in the next 12? Why did I say 12? uh, Either a little bit about your past, what's going on with you right now, and 12 days or into the future, up to a month, you'll see that you have started them and will start them and continue to start them 3 6 months, a year. Your children may eventually pick up the habit. It may be a legacy type thing, but as these great wealth and independence does come to you, try not to be too snobbish, try not to be arrogant. I mean, it is, it's nothing wrong to have confidence, but at the same time, you have Obara, and Obara makes sure that you are keeping all your promises, no matter how big or small, and that you and your with some type of arguments or disagreement with elders, make sure your snobbiness doesn't lead you to roads that are unnecessary of arguments with elders, and that your brother and sister, they may have a lot going on, so they may not be totally dedicated to you at this time, but that doesn't mean that they won't ever be. It's just at this time, not so much. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you like it, like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to end out on my little commercial thing. I will see you next time.